Doomsday Unleashed. The Zombie Apocalypse. A desolate cityscape, engulfed in darkness, with eerie silence hanging heavy in the air. Abandoned cars litter the streets, and a sense of impending doom looms. In a world plunged into chaos, where civilization crumbles and the line between life and death blurs, unfolds the zombie apocalypse, a harrowing nightmare that knows no end. These survivors, brought together by fate, are all that stand between humanity and the ravenous horde of the undead. The survivors, John, Sarah, Mike, and Lisa, gather around a dimly lit table cluttered with maps and weapons. They've survived against all odds, their will to live burning brighter than the ever-present threat that stalks the surface. John studies a map, tracing a path with his finger. We need supplies and a safe place to regroup. The nearest outpost is about 20 miles north. The survivors cautiously emerge from the bunker, the eerie cityscape before them bathed in the pale glow of the moon. Above ground, the world has transformed into a relentless battleground, where the undead roam freely and the living are forced to adapt or perish. They navigate through the labyrinthine streets, their footsteps echoing in the silence. Every step they take could be their last. They arrive at an abandoned gas station, its flickering neon sign a haunting reminder of days long gone. The gas station, once a symbol of convenience, now harbors unforeseen dangers. Sarah's flashlight reveals a lone zombie feasting on a half-eaten carcass. We have to be careful. They silently make their way past the feeding zombie, their breath held. As they continue their journey, they encounter a group of survivors barricaded in a makeshift fort. Along their path, they encounter fellow survivors, each face telling a story of loss and struggle. The survivors exchange cautious greetings. "You heading north too?" Trying to reach the outpost. Mark points to a horde of zombies in the distance. "You better hurry. The horde's getting closer." The survivors reach an abandoned shopping mall, its once gleaming storefronts now shattered and desolate. Their journey takes them to an abandoned shopping mall, a place once filled with laughter, now haunted by the echoes of terror. They scavenge for supplies amidst the rubble. "We need to stock up and move fast." Suddenly, they hear a distant scream and the unmistakable sound of a gunshot. Someone's in trouble. They rush to the mall's courtyard, where they find a survivor cornered by a group of zombies. They arrive at the courtyard to find a lone survivor fighting desperately for their life. The survivor, armed with a pistol, struggles to keep the advancing zombies at bay. "We need to help them." The survivors open fire on the zombies, managing to save the besieged survivor. "Thank you. I thought I was done for." The group continues their perilous journey, now joined by the rescued survivor. With their ranks bolstered, they press onward through the treacherous streets. They approach a makeshift barricade blocking their path. "Hold on, folks. We've got company up ahead." The group hides behind debris, watching as a gang of ruthless survivors confronts another group. "Hand over your supplies, or we'll feed you to the walkers." The other group, outnumbered, reluctantly complies. "We can't let that happen." They hatch a plan to distract the ruthless survivors. The survivors execute their plan, creating a diversion that draws the attention of the ruthless survivors. They risk it all to save strangers from a fate worse than death. While the ruthless survivors are distracted, the survivors they rescued make their escape. They're getting away. The ruthless survivors give chase, leaving the survivors a window of opportunity. The survivors finally reach the outpost, a fortified compound. At long last, they arrive at the outpost, a bastion of hope in a world overrun by the undead. They are greeted by armed guards at the outpost's gate. "State your business." "We're survivors, looking for shelter and safety." The guards let them inside, where they find other survivors seeking refuge. They meet the outpost leader, Commander Anderson, a stern but pragmatic leader. Inside the command center, they meet Commander Anderson, a battle-hardened leader who understands the harsh realities of their new world. "Welcome to the outpost. We're running low on supplies, and our walls won't hold forever." The survivors join forces with the outpost residents, fortifying their defenses and preparing for the inevitable horde. Night falls, and the horde of zombies approaches the outpost. As night descends, the horde draws nearer, hungry for the flesh of the living. The survivors, outpost residents, and guards stand shoulder to shoulder, determined to defend their sanctuary. "We can't let them breach these walls." The battle against the undead horde begins, a relentless struggle for survival. Inside the command center, Commander Anderson coordinates the defense, his gaze never leaving the monitors. "Hold the line, people. We can't afford to lose this outpost." The survivors and outpost residents fight valiantly, holding back the relentless horde. It's a battle of life and death, where every bullet counts and every moment could be their last. Commander Anderson watches as the survivors and outpost residents make a last stand against the horde. Commander Anderson knows that in this new world, there are no guarantees, only the unwavering determination to survive. As dawn breaks, the survivors and outpost residents emerge victorious, having repelled the horde. With the dawn comes a glimmer of hope, as the survivors and outpost residents emerge victorious against the relentless undead. The survivors look at the sunrise, their faces etched with exhaustion but also a renewed determination. We made it through another night. The survivors, now part of a larger community, work together to rebuild and secure their outpost. As the morning sun rises, they understand that their strength lies not just in their survival but in their unity. They share a brief moment of camaraderie, knowing that the battle against the undead is far from over. We'll keep fighting, no matter what. Will be continued.